Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful hot day out here in Pennsylvania. And I'm here working in a nice, cold, air conditioning dive bar, getting my work done. So, in 2 weeks, two weeks, we will have Heroes Con in North Carolina at the Charlotte Convention Center. And Miss Stippling and I will be there on Friday. I'm looking forward to seeing Marcus Kilgrew. If you look in the comments of most of my videos, you'll see a comment from Marcus. He watches my videos on a regular basis. So I look forward to meeting him and seeing him, meeting him face to face and chit-chatting with him. I believe John from John's Long Box is going down and staying with Marcus, so it'll be cool to see John also. So that'll be neat. That's one thing it's just changing about the shows now. Is when I first started going to Comic Cons, it was just seeing the creators, and every once in a while you'd see a fan, and you'd see him like, oh, I think I remember seeing him in the past at shows, and you might smile and like give a nod to them. But you never really interacted with them. But that's changing now, for me at least. Big example is George. George, he goes to the shows, and now that I know who George is, he stands out like a sore thumb now to me. I see him, I'm like, George! And I holler out, and he'll be like, oh my God, hey, how you doing? We do a little bit of chit-chatting. It's always neat when I see the stuff he's getting signed by creators if we're standing in line for the same artist. So, but no, it's going to be really nice. So if you're going to be going to the North Carolina, it's called Heroes Con. I think it's the 14th, 15th, and 16th. I will be there on Friday only. But if you're going to be there, let me know. If you see me in the chat, you see I will be wearing my Greek fisherman cap for the show, so that way you can identify me. So, but if you see somebody walking around with a backpack with a girl, I'll have the backpack. She'll just be walking along with me. That's Miss Stippling, so say hi to us. So I look forward to it. So give me a holler in the comments, so that way I can keep an eye out or be expecting to see you at the show. So, and make sure make sure you comment. Feel free to share it out and like the video. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the show. Because, see, we're going on vacation. We'll be on vacation the entire, like, 7th through the 14th. And originally, when I saw the shows, I just was like, oh man, the show's that. And it was actually Miss Stippling that pushed that we should do this show. And I was like, well, we're going to be on vacation and not. She's like, no. It's halfway between home and the beach where we're going. And she's like, I want to go. I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I want to go. I'm like, okay. And so I went through the guest list, and I'm going to be having artists that are... See, there's a lot of artists I've noticed that they do the hero show, but they don't do other shows. So those are going to be the creators I'm going to want to go see and get stuff signed. Now, I'm not going to go hog wild, but even though it seems like I have pulled a lot of stuff. But just a quick rundown of the artists that I'm going to be wanting to see or seek out that I've never met before is Bob Camp, who did he did the cover for G.I. Joe 11, I think it was. It's either 10 or 11. He did the cover for that issue. And that was the issue where they introduced the whole new wave of Joes. And they introduced them all at once. So we were introduced to Doc, and we were introduced to Ripcord and Gung Ho, all at once, all at one shot. So it was really cool. Wild Bill, I think, was one of them also. Snow Job, because they were fighting out in the Arctic, so they brought him in right off the bat. And that's one thing I always liked about G.I. Joe is how Larry Hama was always changing where the battle against Cobra was being fought, so he could introduce the new Joes. So, but I'm really looking forward to getting that issue signed. And then he had I think it was 35 and 36. Bob Camp did the interiors for. So I'm anxious to have him sign my G.I. Joes because I'm a huge classic G.I. Joe fan. So having him sign those is going to be a big deal to me. Shane Davis, that Cat Pappy, he will be there. I remember when the year before the pandemic, so when they were in that, all throughout 2019, when they were introduced, when they were laying out who all their creators were going to be, Shane was listed and Yanzi were listed as being at the show. So I'd had already set aside my Justice League of Americas that he had done, the Commandy that he had done. I set them already aside. So it's going to be, I'm going to be very excited to have him sign those books. So very, very excited. And again, I'm just meeting him for the first time. So, and of course, we know we're probably going to have to. We're not going to be seeing Shane, we're probably going to be seeing Mange Davis. So that's going to be funny seeing if Yanzi and Pterodactyl are behind the table with Shane, how they're reacting to the Cat Pappy being Mange. So where Pterodactyl's like, Daddy's acting different, or it's one of those she just completely ignores Shane. Like that's just Daddy being Daddy. So I'll be curious. So let me clean off this nib, and I'm going to start working on the Gomer. I think I'm going to work on Gomer. Either way, I'm going to switch to a different nib. This nib that I'm working on is the nib that I use for really fine, wispy dots. And I want to get into the other nib, which I use for when I'm doing rock textures. So actually, you know what? I'm not going to work on Gomer. I think I'm going to work on these rocks here. I'll work on probably this rock up here that AWOL's setting his foot on. So no, I don't have the surprise character drawn in yet. I'll probably do that this week, or if not, I'll do that while I'm on vacation. That's another thing bring up. We'll be on vacation. I'll probably have all my stuff along with me for doing videos, but I don't know if I'll be actually doing videos or not. So it all depends. So who knows? Maybe there'll be an evening where I just want to chill out and everybody else is doing stuff, and I'll just excuse myself to a different area and do some work and stream it or make a video of it. Who knows? But no, back to who's going to be there. Shane Davis, Mark Durning. He did the inks for Star Trek Dr. Alpha. Didn't really care for the book altogether, but I have them. I bought them. I didn't actually buy them. They're the store I go to. They're having a food can drive, and what I did was I went to the York location, which is located in a strip mall with a grocery store at the other end of the strip mall. So here I went through, pulled out all the books I wanted, and I grabbed all the Dr. Alphas just because I like the covers. And then I went up to the grocery store and just grabbed a whole ton. I had like 75 books. I just went up to the grocery store, bought $75 worth of canned goods, and then went back to the store and donated them, and they gave me my books, and that's how I got all my Dr. Afras. So I'm gonna be. I picked out like 2 or 3 that I kind of thought were kind of cool. I'm gonna have him sign those. He did an issue of GI Joe, or 2 issues. I got one of those issues, so I'm probably gonna sign that one also. That's my thing when I go to shows, and an artist will be there. First thing I'll do is go, okay, did they do anything for GI Joe or Star Wars? If they did, then that's what I'm gonna have them sign. I have a huge selection of Star Wars and GI Joe that are signed by different creators, whether it be the writer, penciler, inker. In some of the cases, I've got multiple signatures from the, and actually it goes even further than that, because I've got Bob Sharon, who'll be at the Garden State. He did a bunch of colors for the GI Joe, so I'll be having him sign a couple of those. Then some of those are already signed by other artists, so that's always fun for me. It's fun. Is like, how many signatures am I going to get on a specific book, if I'm able to. In some cases, I can only get like maybe 1 or 2 signatures, because everybody else who did work on the book has passed. So, but no, Mark Durning, he did G.I. Joe and Star Wars, so I'll be having him sign those. Colleen Doran, she will be at the show. I'm going to have her sign. There's an issue, annual of Wonder Woman, where George Perez, he wrote it. It was annual number 2. He wrote it, and then all the artwork, interiors, other than his artwork, was all done by women. So I've got Ramona Frandon who signed it. So I'm going to have, I think, Jan Derasma. I think I also had her sign it. I'm now going to add Colleen's signature to it. I'm very excited to get that one signed. I have a couple other books that she did. I think there's 1 or 2 issues of Wonder Woman she also did, other than the annual. I'm going to have her sign. And then Ron Friends and Tom DeFalco, they'll be there. I have a couple books from them way back when, and even though I have already signatures from them, I was like, you know what? I never get a chance to see them. They never come up north past the past Heroes Con. So I'm going to have them sign some of my Spidey books. Specifically, I want the Spidey book where Mary Jane goes, at the very last panel, she goes, I know you're Spider-Man. And then I think it's not the immediate issue after that, but the following issue. They're walking through Central Park, and she tells him her entire history of her life. And I really like that one, because that one for me is one of those where it's like, Mary Jane was like, I know your secret, but I'm going to tell you everything about my life, and how Mary Jane came to have the personality and attitude she has. So again, that's one of those issues I'm anxious to have those guys sign those books. So Don Kramer, he's going to be there. Probably some of his JSA stuff. You know, remember they did that JSA miniseries against Cobra. I'll probably have them sign. I'll probably have them sign 1 or 2 of those issues. Ray Kreising, he's going to be there. Ray is one of those artists where it's like, I have the stuff that he's worked on, I really like, so I already have signed by other creators. So again, the one issue that he did of Doom Patrol from the Tangent line, he did the inks on that, and I'm anxious to have him to sign that one, along with Will Conrad, who's already signed it. I think Sean Chen, I have his signature. So again, that's one of those books where it's like, I'm not getting it signed because it might be worth more money. I'm getting it signed because I really like the book, and I like the entire creative team on that book. So I want to have that one signed, as opposed to, well, he did this issue and it's right now worth this much money. So if you get a signature, it'll be worth this much more, so you can flip it. I don't flip books. I keep all the books so I get signed. So, but and then Ron Lim, never met Ron Lim. Definitely going to have him sign a couple issues of Psy-Force, which it'd be, again, so like all the stuff he's done, that's what you're going to have him sign? Yeah, because I really like that. In fact, Psy-Force was one of those books I was on the verge of canceling when he came along and did the artwork for. And when he did the artwork, that was one of those where it's like, oh wow, this is so cool. I just loved his style. He really breathed new energy into the book, even though, uh, actually, you know what? I think about it. Kim and Fabian came onto that book roughly at the same time, and the two of them really breathed new life into that book. So, and I have all those issues signed by Fabian, so now to have Ron Lim sign them, that's even better for me. Along with, I'm probably going to see if he'll sign one or two of my issues of Badger. So, but, and then after that, it's like Steve Mannion. I've got some of his old stuff. He did some really cool, wacky stuff, really expressive stuff. But it was like he did one book of pirate tales, one of like wacky war stories, one of a futuristic story. So I'm just going to have him sign those. He was through, I think, the imprint, the publisher at the time he was using, whether it was his own personal publisher or not, was Big Hairy Ape Comics. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I think it's called Fearless Bomb or Fearless Dawn. He's working on that now, which have come out over the last year and a half. So I'm gonna have those signed. So, and then of course, like Jesus Marino, and then we've got, like, Steve Olive, Patrick Olive, Dan Panosian, Rick Parker, Val Zemeckis, and Matt Webb. So that's just a little inkling of who I'm going to have signed. A lot of it's all going to depend on what they're charging for signatures. As a backup, I do have about 5 to 10 artists where I've got other stuff from them, but they normally don't charge for their signatures, so I'll have their stuff with me also to have them sign. But it'll be just pretty much be one of those where it's like, other than meeting Marcus and John and seeing Andy and Shane and Dan Fraga and Billy, it's Irene's going to be there and Death Metal Hero. Other than talking to those guys, it's going to be a marathon of how much stuff I can get signed. And if I don't get much stuff signed, oh well. I'll be having fun. That's all that ever matters to me. So, but guys, you guys all have a great day. I'm going to keep working on this. Actually, I got another piece I'm working on. I can't show it to you guys. It's a surprise. When I have it done, it will be a part of the Red Valkyrie art auction. So I will be revealing it then. I won't be revealing it prior to it because I want it to be a bit of a surprise. So where the other pieces I'm working on, like that Tetsuo piece and a couple other pieces, I'll be showing you guys. This one, I'm not. You guys will be seeing it for the first time on the day of the auction. So we'll see how that goes. So, but I'm having fun with it. So, but you guys all have an absolute great day. Remember, Andy has Kordrath the Awakening. Remember, he's going to be at the HeroCon. His book is funding right now, so make sure you check it out. I'll include a link in the description, so that way you guys can all check out his book. And then, of course, remember, I'll be on the chat tonight on Danger Vanessa's channel. And I know you guys. It's been over It's been over 2-3 weeks. You're going to do everything you can to kill me. I will accept all assassination attempts on my life to die from laughter. But remember, until then, remember, life is stressful. Just take it all one dot at a time.